Next on All Access.
I'm Dan Roach. Can the Patriots exercise their demons down in Miami?
I'm Scott Zolak, and we break down maybe the best drive of the year with offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt.
Accurate throw for the touchdown.
I'm Paul Perillo. We'll talk about what the defense needs to do to turn the team's fortunes in South Beach.
And I'm Steve Burton. Those stories plus Do Your Job with David Silverman.
Whenever I can take a picture and provide a memory for somebody, that's why I'm here.
All Access begins right now. No go for 2 in a row as New England drops to 3-8 on the season. Hello and welcome to Patriots All Access presented by GEICO. I'm Steve Burton. The optimists will look back at Drake Maye's best performance as a pro as something to build on, while a more pessimistic view would feature more of the same fundamental mistakes that are tough to overcome. A trip to South Florida is next for the Patriots when they take on the Miami Dolphins. We'll begin our show with a look back at the sights and sounds from the loss to the Rams.
Here we go, bro. All this week, bro, I just been thinking about gratitude, bro. Thanksgiving coming up, man. Time to bury out our families. But one thing for sure, our families made a whole lot of sacrifices for us to be in the seats that we are today, bro.
Make it happen. Make it happen all day, baby. Make it happen.
On a 3rd down and 6. Waist high snap. Stafford drops back. Throws it left up on the out off his right hand.
Hey, good job getting off the field, though. Good job getting off the field.
Sends Douglas in motion. Flips it coming from safety. Up the middle. Maye throw across to the caught by Douglas on the cross route. Runs it left side 40 and he slips down trying to make a cut. Skidding across the 35. Now the Patriots with Bourne to the right. Maye takes the snap. Looks, fires middle of the end zone. Caught Kendrick Bourne. Touchdown, Patriots! Look who's back, baby!
Let's go! Let's go!
Good job, fellas. Welcome back. Good team drive right there. That's a good team drive right there, fellas.
Second down goal to go. Maye play fake, drops in the pocket, pressure, lobs it wide open, touchdown! But Darren Lowe! What the big man with a score for New England! Shotgun snap to Stafford. Back in the pocket, throws the long ball left, looking for Nakua. There's contact, and the ball comes loose at the end as Jonathan Jones is able to break it up.
He don't like that. He don't like that pressure in his face.
Pats are out of timeouts, 1:55 to go. They're in a 3rd down and 13 situation. Maye drop back, fires down the middle, and it's intercepted. Douglas didn't look back for the ball, and the ball picked off in center field. The Rams are going to prevail today over the Patriots as they fall by the 28-22 final.
Welcome to our Bob's Discount Furniture Studios, everyone, with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo. I give it, I got to receive it. I got to take the hit here because I thought that they would pull this off. I really did.
You weren't far off.
Here's my question. 28-22. Was the game that close or was it a mirage?
It was mirage adjacent, but
what does that
bottom
mean?
line is they had a chance to win the game at the end. They had the ball with over 2 minutes left and a timeout, 2-minute warning, so you had a chance to steal a game that you're down 15 late in the third quarter, that you probably didn't figure to have that shot. Huge play in this game that really hasn't gotten any attention. The Patriots are dead and buried. They're inside their 30. They throw a little swing pass on a long-yarded situation to Ramondre Stevenson. He fumbles, he recovers it, there's a pile-up, and the Rams get an unsportsmanlike conduct well after the play for taking a guy off the pile.
Yeah.
The game's over.
Yeah.
The game is over. That gave new life, and the Patriots clawed their way back in it.
Love the way the Patriots started the game, thought it was going in the right direction. But when you're -2 in the turnover differential and you can't score in the red zone, you don't deserve to win the game.
Oh, I know. And the Patriots controlled this game, though. Would you say? Time of
Parts of it,
possession?
Steve.
Time of
Parts of it.
possession.
They
Time of
controlled the
possession.
ball. They controlled the ball. I never thought they had control of the game after what Mike is talking about. A really good start in the first quarter. They go down and score. They get a stop. They look like they're on the way to scoring again. They get a penalty. Again, the penalties are really becoming a problem. So they had a chance to take control early. But once the Rams scored, I think it was 5 scoring drives in a row. They missed one of the field goals. They lost control of the game, and I don't think ever got it back.
And part of the time of possession, Steve, was when you give up a 69-yard, walk-in touchdown.
Right.
That they only needed 2 plays, and they'll take those 2 plays to score that touchdown.
So why in Week 11 are they making the same mistakes over and over again?
They continue to hurt themselves, right? I mean, the special team stuff, that's supposed to be a strength, and it's different things. You get a PAT blocked. Off of that PAT block, you allow the kickoff to go out to the 35-yard line. So you're not covering the kick after you have a gaffe in blocking for a kick.
I'm just talking about lining up.
You line up on a 4th down, a 4th and 1. You can't get. It looked like they had something in mind there, Mike. It looked like they were trying a trick play, and they just weren't prepared for it. And Jalen Polk, commits the false start penalty. So they continue to get in their own way. They're not good enough to get in their own way.
And I think that I'm going to build off what Paul said at the end. I think ultimately, let's not forget, Steve, when this season started, I think they weren't favored to win any game this year, which is reflective of how many viewed the talent on the team. I think ultimately what can make life easier for you is when you can control the line of scrimmage, you can settle things down. And they struggle to do that because they don't have as many starting caliber players along the line of scrimmage, in my view, as many other teams in the league.
All that being said, the eye test still shows me they're moving in the right direction.
I would agree with
Offensively,
that. Overall,
especially.
big picture.
Totally agree.
All right, guys, don't go far. We'll see you a little later on the show.
Yes.
We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
Coming up on All Access.
We chat with wide receiver Kendrick Bourne.
Just got to keep going in the right direction. I think we're improving. I think we're a lot further than we were in the beginning of the season.
And later, we introduce you to David Silverman.
That's my game day. You got a camera on the neck, camera on the shoulder, you got another camera here, you have a 4th camera behind me with a wider lens, so you got the wide end lens for the wide angle shots when the play comes and celebrates in front of you. You have a zoom lens when they come in from the 20-yard line.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. By Sports Illustrated Tickets, 50 million sports, concerts, and theater tickets. 0 fees. Fans deserve better. Visit SITickets.com today. And by Cross Insurance, official insurance broker of the New England Patriots.
This week's Next Gen Stat brought to you by AWS. Drake Maye has been effective using his legs as he has gained 261 yards and a touchdown on 26 scramble attempts this season, including 87 rushing yards over expected, the most in the NFL.
First down, stepping out.
Staying active with the feet. Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time to sit down and talk with the coach. Gerard Mayo joins me now. And Gerard, just thoughts on last week's game before we get to the Miami game.
Yeah, I would say overall, the guys went out there and played with great effort. It's always unfortunate when you go out there and you play tough and physical to not win that game. We had our opportunities. I felt like we were in control of the game, for the most part, even though we were down on the scoreboard. But we just got to finish, continue to work and continue to get better.
See, when you say you're in control of the game, some people look at it and say, well, 4 quick touchdowns through the air by them, how could you be in control of it? But time of possession is almost 2-1.
Yeah, and it's part of that, the time of possession, is because the big plays. We had the 70-yard play to Cup there, but in saying that, we still were able to run the ball and do a lot of good things. It's just about now just doing it on a consistent basis. Second offensive drive of the game, I thought it was the best one of the season. Did you guys feel that way when you go back and look at it and how Alex mixed things up? Yeah, I definitely felt good about the way the offense went out there and played. We just need the other two phases to complement that. Like I said, it always starts up front with the offensive line. I thought Drake did a good job extending plays and getting the offense going. After the game, you talked about spurts. Is that what you're talking about? Like, it's not the full 60 minutes. We're really good in spurts. Yeah. And sort of that's why you lost the game, and maybe that's the way it's gone for 11 games? That's right, and that's what it goes back to consistency. Spurts, consistency, it's all the same, and that's part of the growth, that we're going through. And I would also say, like, we're still trying to, make sure the foundation is good, which we all are excited about the future, but at the same time, like, we need to win right now. You do, and okay, up comes Miami. We'll get to being a tough place to play down there. Tua is a difference maker for them. What do you see different this year as opposed to last year before he had the injury and was out for the year? Oh, the last couple of years, Tua's been a very good player. And the first time we played Miami, Tua wasn't there. So this is going to be a totally different offense, but this guy plays confident. He's able to stay in the pocket and make all the throws. And he understands the core concepts that they're trying to get to. So he's definitely grown in that regards. And you could tell he's out there leading the offense, and the operation is good. It's the quickness of getting it out, too, it seems. It's 1, 2, 3, balls out. Yeah, balls out. And so, like, we have to make sure that we do a good job, like, rallying. And it's not just one person, it's everyone. We've got to get to the ball. Playing down, whether it was Joe Robbie back in the day, whether it's, I think it's Hard Rock Stadium now with all the pink lights and everything. Yeah. Sort of a house of horrors going down there to play, dealing with weather, dealing with distractions. What do you remember as a player? What do you remember as a coach, going down there? What makes it so difficult to play? Well, for me, as a player, it's like, when do we play Miami? If you play Miami, start getting the IV the day before, right? Start getting the IV. But hopefully, weather, look, it's not going to affect us out there. We just got to go out there. It comes down to executing the game plan. All right, it's time now for Ask Me Almost Anything, and this comes from Jen O. She says she watches you on TV on the sideline, and you take out a pen or pencil, and you're writing things down on a small piece of paper. Is that to remind you stuff, to talk to the team? It's a combination of things. That, things to talk to the team at halftime about, but there's also things to talk about, within that series that we just have to get corrected. And then you go and look at the pictures and make those corrections. You archive those? You save them from game to game? I save them. You do? I do. That's pretty good. Yeah. All right. If you want to ask the coach a question, you have to go to Patriots.com, #AskTheCoach. We'll be back later and show a little side of Maye, all right? Sounds good. Sit tight. More Patriots All Access. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back to All Access, presented by GEICO. Why has Miami been such a hard place for the Patriots to play? Dan Roach went looking for answers.
The Patriots have run through the gamut of emotions in Miami.
40, down the left sideline.
They've had the highest of highs, but they've also hit the lowest of lows.
To Butler, or rather Parker, who flips it to Drake. He runs across the 40 of New England, angling inside to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's going to win the full race to the end zone. The Dolphins are going to win it.
Heading into Sunday, the Pats have lost 4 straight in Southern Florida and 9 of their last 11. John Jones is just 2-6 down there.
Let's start with the stadium construction. They put the away team in the sun all day, so you're baking. You're about 20 degrees hotter on your side than the other. But no, they're a good team.
Good players also make it tough for an opponent in Miami. Last year, Tyreek Hill and Jaden Waddle combined for 233 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 31-17 loss. Jones was asked if he gets any more comfortable the more he plays against those two.
You don't get comfortable, man. Those guys are explosive, and every time you're on high alert just because those guys can make a play out of nothing.
The last time the Patriots won down in Miami was 2019, and the starting quarterback that day was Josh Rosen. This time, it'll be Tua Tagovailoa, who is 6-0 lifetime against the Pats. Here in Foxborough, for Patriots All Access, I'm Dan Roach.
All right, Dan Roach, thank you very much for joining me now. It's Patriot wide receiver Kendrick Bourne. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, Steve. Thank you.
I got to ask you, how's it going? Is the offense improving, and do you feel more of a part of it?
Yeah. Things are going well, man. Healthy, and improving every day. Practice was good today. Got the game plan in for this week. Excited. Drake looks good. Guys look good. Just got to keep going in the right direction. I think we're improving. I think we're a lot further than we were in the beginning of the season.
You get a lot of credit, and rightfully so, for your professionalism. You didn't play against the Bears. You come right back and play a lot against the Rams. Was that difficult?
Very, very difficult. It's not easy. Facing adversity is not easy at all. But I think it's all perspective. In my mind, how I look at it. I could improve in the first few games I played. So my coaches, thought that they made a tough decision, and I had to just improve. And so it was tough, but glad I bounced back, man. So we're back out there now.
When you're going through that, what'd you learn about yourself?
Just to stay positive. That's who I am. I just kind of stick to who I am and what I'm built of, and that's thinking on the bright side. So, I'm still on the team, I'm still here, coaches still believe in me, and so I still got opportunities. So that's kind of how I thought about it.
What made you so positive? Every time I see you, you're always positive.
Yeah, it's just perspective. I'm on a team, I'm playing in the NFL. I think it's the little things in life that matter. I'm healthy, and it goes a long way. So not always trying to think of what's happening bad, but always thinking positive helps me just stay in that mindset.
Do you feel that's part of your role, to bring the juice?
Absolutely. That's my character. That's who I am. That's how God created me. So I just have to bring it and let it infiltrate through the team, and it works. My guys, they know how I am. When they look at me, they know how I am. They don't even have to ask me. And I just got to keep it going, because it's awesome what we're doing. There's a lot of people who would love to be doing what we're doing. So keeping that positive perspective keeps me, upbeat and keeping the energy going.
From the outside looking in to that receiving room, there's a lot of intrigue.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot going on, a lot of drama.
Yeah.
You're the veteran. You're the father figure in that room. What do you make of it all?
It's crazy being a leader, year 8, man, it's been a journey.
Year 8.
And just, being an example, leading by example, being vocal, being more vocal, just telling the guys from my experience what I've been through, adversity, hardships. You just never know what's coming. So whether they're going through good times or bad times, just kind of staying level-headed, staying humble in the moment, and because you never know what the future holds. So you may have had a bad game last week, you may have a good game last week, but it's over and moving forward. And so just trying to live by that example and telling them just keep going.
Great message.
Thank you, Steve.
Kendrick Bourne, good luck on Sunday against the Dolphins.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time now for your player spotlight. Cool little thing we got going right here. Alex Van Pelt, offensive coordinator, joins me for the first time this year. You guys had the second drive of the game. I thought, calling the games, it's your best drive of the year. Do you believe so?
I think so. I think we did a nice job. We mixed it up. We threw some run solutions versus pressure. We had a screen in there, some runs, and then a drop back to for the touchdown at the end. It felt like execution-wise, it was one of our top drives of the year.
All right, let's go through it.
We started with a little formation into the boundary. Okay, went 3-by-1 into the boundary, motion pop over to the field. This was a nickel home team, so we knew the nickel would stay to the field. They also like to pressure the nickel, so we had a solution for that. If they were going to pressure the nickel, we were going to throw pop a little bubble and block for them here. So they fired the nickel. Drake saw it, did a really nice job. It's always tough when you have the back opposite of where your bubble is, but you got to keep your eyes on that nickel the whole time. He does a great job here spitting it out. Ball placement is paramount when it comes to yard after the catch. So we asked for this ball to be right on his face mask, bringing him downhill slightly, and then really Pop does the rest. A couple things I want you to note. Watch Ramondre, okay, right here. This is a run to him, okay? Understanding of the full concept of the play, he doesn't get the handoff, but he wants to get involved in the play. So watch his hustle. Doesn't really get it down here to make a block, but he's close. That's impressive, right?
Almost if he gets that safety, you might break this.
This might go, and that's not coached. Like Ramonde just felt like the bubble was the throw and wanted to get involved and get in the mix.
And you got him in zone here, too. You can tell that right away. When you move Pop over, that helps Drake out, too.
Exactly.
Young quarterback identified man to zone.
And a lot of times that's why we'll do this formation. If the nickel comes into the boundary and then runs with him, we're anticipating man in that situation. So we'll use that as kind of a coverage indicator. But here's an explosive gain just off a simple bubble throw to Pop. Great job of him, run after the catch. And the other thing you'll notice is our guys right here. You're always going to see this from our team. The guys we call it for your brothers, they're going to pick each other up on every play. So now it's third down. So again, a little bit of motion here to get a little tell of what the defense is doing by the back. To start him out like he's going to free release wide, then bring him back and see what the response of the defense is.
Still tells you zone, though, right?
It tells you zone, tells you potential fire zone here. They had a pressure on, as you'll see down here. They started to call it off. You can see 97. He calls it off. And then as we come back, he reloads the pressure. Right, so that gives Drake a little bit of information as well. Okay, now we motion Pop down.
Here he comes.
Yep, and now we're going to run away, try to cut the defense and run to the opposite field with 3 guys coming across.
This is pretty.
This is really good. So this is a hard pickup. By rule, we're technically hot. Okay, we're short 1, but heck of a job. That throw was excellent. This play in general, to me, was the highlight of the day, one of the highlights for Drake.
Yep.
Again, we have issues here the way we're protected. This is a penny front, so there's 5 bigs in the game. Sorry, there's the 5. Okay, this is the backs guy. They bring 2 of the backs guy. We're short a man. And then again, excellent pocket movement there by Drake. That's quarterback school. We train that off-platform throws. Now Pop has the ability to turn it up. And there's our guys working down the field. You'll see Hunter and Austin Hooper down here just going after it. And then again, there's Pop down, and there's his 2 guys getting them off the ground. So 2nd and 6. Could get into a 2-by-2 set
coming down
right in the middle of the field. So this is a good conversation we have with the quarterbacks all the time. So usually these are right hash and left hash plays. If it's a middle of the field play and we have a choice with a right-handed quarterback, we would like to put the read to his right to start. It's just easier, as you know.
Sure, it makes
than
sense.
throwing to your left. So this was one that was hash-driven, but being in the middle of the field, we set this up so the throw would be to his right. This is a double post.
Stick it.
Stick it, yep. So we got a KB's up top. He's running a stutter post, so gets him out there, just stops his feet with a little stutter. Okay, we're stretching this defense with a rail route here by the back, trying to get some overflow, which we do get here. And Hunter's responsible for the safety. Occupy the safety here.
If he gets jammed, it makes it a tough throw.
It does. Yep. Very much so. But good job there. We controlled the safety. Everything happened here. We got the stretch to open up the window in behind it on the double post. And trusting your feet and your rhythm and your timing of the quarterback. This is really good footwork. 5 plant, balls out, on time, in rhythm, accurate throw for the touchdown.
Good stick. Puts it right between the 8 and the 4. Let's get 4 of those down in Miami.
Let's go. Everyone.
Right?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Appreciate you guys.
It. Good seeing you,
All right,
AVP.
well, take care.
There's your offense coordinator, Alex Van Pelt, with your player spotlight. More of All Access right after this.
Coming up on All Access.
Allow Jalen Hawkins to introduce himself.
My sense of style is like, it could be a lot of things, man. It just depends how I feel.
Plus, Gerard Mayo on decision-making.
And look, I understand the fans' frustration sometimes when you don't go for it, but I always have to make a decision that I think is best for the team.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. Gillette's ultimate shaving experience.
I'm from Buena Park, California, Southern California, Orange County, kind of near LA. I think SoCal, like, I'm cool, smooth, chill, but I'm turned too. A mixture of both.
Yeah, look at me, look at me. Look at me, look at me. Look at me.
You have favorite food?
Mexican food, that's the SoCal in me for sure. Tacos, any type of tacos, birria tacos, carne asada tacos, all that. My sense of style is like, it could be a lot of things, man. It just depends how I feel. I use it for self-expression, and I go off of what I think looks cool. And yeah, really, it's a way to express myself.
What's the best place you've ever visited?
I would say Japan. That was just dope. I mean, I'm super into clothes, so going over there was like, seeing, and then also their culture, shopping, food was crazy. I love sushi too. I would say also Hawaii. I'm tripping. Japan and Hawaii, those top 2 places for sure. Yeah, Hawaii better though, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's the super vibe. Like, you just out there chilling. It's dreamy. Like, it's like a movie.
Welcome back to All Access, presented by GEICO. The old cliche is that a picture says 1,000 words. Well, what if I told you that one person has been taking pictures and chronicling the Patriots for more than 30 years? His name is David Silverman, DSP to those who know and love him. In our latest installment of Do Your Job, presented by Gillette, we focus on the man whose work is always in focus.
My name is David Silverman, team photographer. Put right there and then smile. I always wanted to do photography. My grandfather came over with a Polaroid camera one day, and he would snap a picture, and then you turn the timer, and the timer, you had to wait 60 seconds, and it was like, the guy with ADD, it's like, oh, come on. He'd shake the Polaroid and everything, pull it out, and show you the picture, and I thought that was the greatest thing. And so that got me kind of into photography a little bit. I first started shooting Patriot games in 1987, right after the Super Bowl. I was working at a photo lab in Lincoln, Rhode Island, and at the time the Patriots were practicing at Bryant College, and one of the girls that were working with me was dating one of the trainers, and one day I just said, hey, if you get me on the field, I'll give you some pictures. And he says, my roommate's the PR guy, he says, if you get some good pictures and give him a good price, he'll give you the job.
If win, handful of post-game.
Before a single play has been shot, Silverman is in high demand.
We have 2 PWHL hockey players.
Do you have any contact with anybody football-oriented?
If you hear about Taylor and owner,
It was all fun. It's all fun. I enjoy every part of it.
Hi, David.
What's up? Did I miss anybody already?
Yes.
Oh, did I? Social wants it, so we got to do it, right?
Yep.
You talk
They
too
like
much.
it. We like it.
It's all fun. And, when I come here, I get a second life. I feel alive. I'm ready to go. Goodbye. I'll see you guys in a
Bye,
while.
David. See you later.
The rhythm of the day is not always fast-paced for Silverman.
Just be ready when they get there. That's all I got to do right there. That's it.
I want to take a picture with them. Yeah.
We've seen the eclectic mix of celebrity and to business leaders to all kinds of A-list guests that Robert Kraft has had.
Good. How you been? Good. You ringing the bell?
Yeah,
I am good.
I'm fighting anyone who says anything about it.
John's been here for years, and he always comes and say hi, and he's just a normal guy like everybody else. Just people like you and me, and my job is Mr. Kraft with his guests, or Jonathan with his guests, and whatever, and just photograph it, and just, to me, it's just another person in front of the camera. On our way out.
Like a boss, like a boss. Like a boss, like a boss. Like a boss.
When I'm with Mr. Kraft, it's like focus, so I have to kind of tone it down, wait and see what happens, because if I'm not looking at him and over here and he's ready, it's been fun. I do whatever I can to make it easy for them and give them the quality that they're looking for, to make them happy, because that's their memory, and that's why I'm here. That's my game day. You got a camera on the neck, camera on the shoulder, you got another camera here, you have a fourth camera behind me with a wider lens, so you got the wide lens for the wide angle shots when the play comes and celebrates in front of you. You have a zoom lens when they come in from the 20-yard line. I like kneeling on the ground when I take a picture, because it gives a sense of looking up at the guy. It makes them look a little bit taller, and it gives it a great angle. Sometimes laying on the ground makes them look even bigger, but I try to get a wide shot of that so you get the field behind them. So you really get a sense of where you're at and what's going on with the action. You get to see the whole play evolve. You got the picture. I got the picture. That's all you need.
Asking Silverman to choose his favorite picture is like asking him to choose his favorite child.
There's too many. You know, anytime I can get a player with a Super Bowl trophy and he's got that smile and the gleam in his face, he's got his family around him, that's great stuff. Oh, Adam kicking in the snow, that was pretty special. The pictures could be a little bit sharper, but it's pretty special. I have that autographed by him at home. There's not just one photo, there's just too many. We're doing this piece on David as the Patriots team photographer, but David does everything. He shoots animals in the wild out in Alaska. He's gone into shark cages and shot great white sharks. He's chased storms across the country. His curiosity is endless.
At training camp, he knows what the players are looking for and what makes a difference to them. You know, and honestly, it's not that action shot from practice. It's the picture of him throwing the kid up in the air and catching and playing with family members on the field afterwards.
He has a way of, whether it's an expression on a player's face, a coach's face, a fan's face, the piece of equipment that you just wouldn't think to photograph. He can find emotion and capture it very quickly. That's why I'm here. I mean, I'm here to tell the story, whether it's on the field, off the field, the friends I work with, just whenever I can take a picture and provide a memory for somebody, that's why I'm here.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access time now for Side of Mayo, brought to you by our friends at Hellman's. What I want to talk to you about is the balance of, when to go for it, when not to go for it, play aggressive, not play aggressive. You mentioned watching Joey Sly before the game, had some difficulty going to the one end. You guys punt in the second quarter. As opposed to had it first and goal at the 5, you end up having to kick there. A lot of people wanted you to go for it. Yeah. Talk about that balance. How much does it change week to week, game to game, for you as a coach?
Yeah, it's a weekly thing. Look, I understand the fans' frustration sometimes when you don't go for it, but I always have to make a decision that I think is best for the team. And anytime you have those guaranteed points, right, to make it a one-score game, I think you have to kick it, at least in that situation. Now, there'll be other games this year where we're like, hey, we're going for it and being more aggressive. But again, we have to be able to adjust.
Well, it's also, too, like the team you're playing, the quarterback you're playing.
That's right.
Stafford was pretty good on Sunday, but do you sort of get a chuckle at it? Because, as a player, you remember as a player, damn, why didn't coach go for it there?
Yeah.
And then you get the assistant coach, why is he doing this?
100%.
Now it's on you.
100%. And, that's part of the responsibility. So, I have to make that call when it's all said and done.
All right. Make sure you stay hydrated down in Miami. Good luck.
Got to. Thank you.
All right. There you go. There's your Side of Mayo. More Patriots All Access. We'll return right after this.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. By Sports Illustrated Tickets, 50 million sports, concerts, and theater tickets. 0 fees. Fans deserve better. Visit sitickets.com today. And by Cross Insurance, official insurance broker of the New England Patriots.
The greatest single play in Miami Patriots history.
Now he shoots it long and deep for Troy Brown. He's got it. He's got to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown!
Welcome back to our Bob's Discount Furniture Studios with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo. I mentioned the eye test earlier in the show, and Mr. Magoo could see that Drake Maye, when it comes to the eye test, all thumbs up, except for that last play.
Even I see it.
Right?
I can't see it all. Ask anybody. I can't read. I can't see anything.
The way
he's been tremendous.
Off platform, the sidearm throw.
I love watching him sort of mature before our eyes. Every single week there's something different that he does. I thought in the Rams game, especially in the first half of the Rams game, dealing with the pressure, that's a really, really good Rams front, and they were a problem throughout the game. It didn't matter. He keeps his eyes downfield, Mike. Yeah. That's what stands out to me watching him, is he's not keeping track of the rush. We saw Caleb Williams the week before when the Patriots had 9 sacks. He was completely preoccupied with the guys coming at him and not looking downfield to his receivers. Drake Maye never falls into that trap. I think that's the biggest thing that separates him right now from some of the other young quarterbacks. He's playing at a really high level.
One of the neat parts about talking to the fans, before the game or on the road trips is just getting their perspective. And they are echoing sort of the way I think you're talking, Paul, and I'm feeling, Steve, you're feeling. Drake Maye has made watching Patriots games really fun again and entertaining. And it had dipped, right, a little bit in the past season or two because of the talent. And I think couple the talent with just the intangibles of the individual. Like, he's 22, but he has a little something that seems like his teammates want to follow him. It's been fun to watch.
How about Sean McVay? Called him, he looks like a stud. That's what he said after the game. So, I mean, that's a guy, it's an offensive guru who's been around a high level of offense throughout his coaching career. He was taken aback by how well Maye played.
Okay, so I'm going to go from Drake Maye to Jalen Polk. How in the world do the Patriots turn this guy around? And can they turn him around? Here's a kid with a lot of talent, but he shoots himself in the foot.
So here's the disappointing part, right? Like, the first-round pick is Drake Maye, and there couldn't be any more excitement and enthusiasm around it. And then you go to the second-round pick is Jalen Polk, and he's not alone in the rest of the draft class. They just haven't gotten a whole lot out of those guys. It's only 11 games. I'm not completely writing off the draft class, and I'm not writing off Jalen Polk. I watched him during the summer. I watched him make some plays. I watched him establish a level of consistency, but we haven't seen any of that in the regular season. Now it clearly looks like a young guy, Mike, who's fighting it mentally.
And Steve, you're mentioning him, I assume, mostly with the false start on the key play. What concerned me even more watching the game over again is he's out on the field. They're asking him to block and sort of crack down, and he's not getting to the spot fast enough. So it just he doesn't look like he's playing at the same speed as the defenders on the field. And so to me, my thought is that if you can't even do that in addition to the false start, it's hard to keep putting you on the field.
Right.
So to answer your question, Steve, how can they turn around? Maybe you get him on and you design a play for him, like right off the bat.
Didn't they do that last week when he scored the touchdown?
But that was later in the game. I'm talking like right at the top of the. But then now you're putting a player's needs maybe over the team's needs, and it gets, there's a push and pull there.
Yeah, it gets dicey.
It's a good topic to bring up and a good, fair conversation.
They head into South Beach. They don't do all that well.
No.
The record shows in the past down in Miami.
It's been a long time since we've seen Steve Burton.
Get that cover.
That was a long time ago.
All weekly cover's got to be somewhere.
I did get off the ground a little bit.
Yeah, you did. You got some hops.
With a suit on, and it was hot. But that's okay. Can they get it done?
What are we looking at? One win down there in the last, what, 8?
2019.
Okay, so that's, it was a big win, a 43-0 win, but they just have not been able to solve Tua Tagovailoa. They've never beaten him, and I think they'll be hard-pressed to do it this time. They've been a different team. Miami is 4-6 because Tua missed a month. I mean, let's call it what it was. Since he's been back, they average over 28 points a game. It's a formidable offense they're going to see.
But the AFC East is weak, though, Paul.
A little bit, but Steve, to me, I want to turn it back to the Patriots. And one area that I think what concerns me for them is, talk about Tua, like, Patriots aren't taking the ball away. They have 8 takeaways on the season. This is going to be a franchise low. You got to disrupt these quarterbacks, right? And how are you going to disrupt Tua and Hill and Waller? That's a tough matchup.
That being said, prediction time.
Yeah, I just think too much offense. And I think the way that they've played since Tua's return. To me, I can't imagine they win 2 in a row. They can't really afford to slip up against a 3-8 Patriots team. Too much offense. I'm going to go 30-23 because I do think Drake Maye will go down to South Beach and put up a fight.
Also going with Miami, 27-20. Patriots continue to play tough for Gerard Mayo.
Okay, and I'm going to go with the Pats because
You'll
this is
mock
what I
us
do.
next week again.
Because I think they're due for a surprise game.
Love it.
And this could be their surprise game.
Love it, Steve.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. That will do it for this week's edition of Patriots All Access. For Mike Reese and Paul Perillo, I'm Steve Burton. Have a great week, everybody.